I saw Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey in theaters and I absolutely adored it. I have a couple scenes where I'm like, oh, maybe this scene could have been shorter, or I would have loved to see more of this. But overall, I just adored the storytelling and adaptation of the story into film, fitting Christopher Nolan's vision and what story he wanted to tell with these characters. I just loved it so much that I really wanted to make some kind of video talking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rank all of the performances of the various actors that are in this movie, with S tier being an absolutely godly performance, A tier being great, B tier being good, C being fine, D being not so good, and F being absolutely terrible, took me out of the movie. I really don't think there are gonna be any Fs, but we're gonna see. I'm just going in order that the names pop up on the Wikipedia cast section. Let's go. Matt Damon as Odysseus. I mean, he's the star of the movie. He truly carried it. He is a blockbuster star who has done some incredible acting over his career. My favorite to this day remains Good Will Hunting. While I was not originally sold as him as Odysseus, I truly see him as this version of Odysseus now for the story that Christopher Nolan wanted to tell. I think he did a fantastic job. I think that, if he was not good, the movie would have flopped, even if he was just good. He's so obviously central and pivotal to it that just good wouldn't have been good enough. So he has to at least be an A. Is he S? Is he S tier? I could definitely see an argument for him being S tier. I think I again really like him in the work that he does. He's just not my personal favorite, so I'll put him in A tier for now. Maybe we'll reevaluate later. Let's go! Again, I'm doing this all completely off the cuff, no script or anything. I just really love this movie and wanted to talk about it some way, shape, or form. Tom Holland as Telemachus, Odysseus' son. I knew from the marketing that he was going to be in it and have a larger role than when I think of The Odyssey.
Dad is coming home.
They're pining for a daddy you didn't even know.
But he really had a huge role in this movie. He definitely second top billing. This was as much his story as it was Odysseus's. And he did a great job, for sure. Definitely A tier. I think in fairness, I'm gonna keep him in A tier and will keep Matt Damon above him just because of the lift that Matt Damon had to carry. A tier is great. We're just trying to be selective with our S tier picks. But speaking of S tier picks, Anne Hathaway as Penelope, S tier. No questions asked. She was phenomenal. The best scenes that Tom Holland and Matt Damon had were scenes where they were acting opposite Anne Hathaway. She just absolutely knocked it out of the park. She made a potentially flat character so three-dimensional and understandable.
Do you think life goes back to the way it was?
That world is gone.
I'm thinking of my three favorite acted scenes, and they were scene towards the beginning between her and Tom Holland, scene towards the end with her and Tom Holland, and the scene where she is speaking with the beggar about Odysseus. All three of those scenes are her scenes because she is knocking it out of the park. Those are also, I think, the best acted scenes from her co-stars that share the screen. So Anne Hathaway has to be S tier. And spoiler alert, I think she's top of S tier. I don't think anybody is beating the performance that she delivered in this movie. Robert Pattinson as Antinous, the main suitor of Penelope, the main, bad guy for Tom Holland's portion of the movie.
This is a household waiting for master. I need everyone at this party dead.
And he did very well for the material that he was given. The character is obviously not someone as in-depth as Odysseus or Odysseus's family, but he still did very good. He's definitely in good. Just because the movie was so good and there's so many great career best performances in this movie, I'm going to put Robert Pattinson in B tier. Again, not a knock against him. He did fantastic. We have to have some variety. I can't just give everybody an A tier or an S tier. Okay, next up, Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy and also Helen's twin sister. She does not have a lot of screen time. She does not have a lot of lines, but every scene that she's in, even when she's just in the background as her husband is talking, you can see the complexity that she's bringing to this character. Her characterization linked so profoundly to Odysseus's. Like what she is going through and how she views the war and her role in it is so similar to Odysseus and how he views his role in the war. And you get all of that through the subtleties in her acting in the background and the few lines that she has. I think when you think of the amount of time that she's on screen versus the impact that she left me with, she has to be S tier. Maybe that's not the right call because Tom Holland and Matt Damon are not on S tier. If they did not do a great job, the movie would fall apart. But she did so much with so little that was written that the complexity that she portrays, I think, just has to put her in S tier. Charlize Theron as Calypso. I liked it, but that's not like a standout for me. Again, we're dealing with a top tier movie with some phenomenal performances. In fairness, I'm gonna have to put her in C for for Calypso. Just in a sea of excellence. That is not the first performance that's coming to my mind as like the standout. Okay, John Leguizamo as, I don't know how to say that name, Eumaeus? Maybe I got it, Eumaeus. He undeniably did incredible work. I've seen a lot of people talking online as like he should get an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, and I don't disagree. I think there were so many standout performances in here. I think we're going to put him A tier. We're going to put him just below Tom Holland. But I think that those three now we're kind of locked in at the top of A tier. Matt Damon, Tom Holland, and John Leguizamo, I think are going to be hard to beat in the A tier category. Zendaya as Athena. I absolutely love Zendaya. She does incredible work in everything that I've seen her in. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this movie. I think she does the job really well. She wasn't given a moment that her acting chops were able to hit me. There was a revelation near the end that involved her character that really hit me, but that was more about Odysseus' character. That moment kind of flexed the like writing and storytelling of the movie for me, and not so much Zendaya's performance wasn't like the thing that made that moment stand out. I think Zendaya did good, and I'm gonna put her in B tier. Samantha Morton as Circe, for sure good. I don't think I can put that in great. When I'm thinking of the other people in A tier, she has to go in B tier, right above Zendaya, I think. Again, I'm going to be saying this a lot, but so many fantastic performances that in order to give this list any variety, I have to really go with the impact that they left me after seeing it in theaters. Jon Bernthal as Menelaus. He did a really good job. I don't think he's S tier because we're trying to be very selective with the people that make it in there. I think he's either bottom of A tier or top of B tier. For now, we're going to put him at the bottom of A tier, but maybe that will shift if we're putting too many people in A tier just to try to have, again, some variety. Benny Safdie as Agamemnon. I think the costume and the aura given by the cinematography and direction and writing was what really built that character. He really only had a couple lines, like truly wasn't a standout for me. I think I have to put him in the bottom of C tier. We have yet to hit on an actor or performance that I thought was bad or detracted anything from this movie. Everyone was doing top tier work. Because of that, I have to be a little more critical. Bill Irwin as the on-set performer for Polyphemus, the Cyclops. Man, that thing was monstrous.
I think it's asleep.
Which had a lot to do with the puppetry. Also, that's one of those scenes where they did not do the who stabbed me? Nobody stabbed me thing that is so iconic from the Odyssey. I understand why they didn't do it in this version of the story, but it's just on the far side of heightened that this movie wasn't going for. He did good, but I think it was kind of similar to Agamemnon. It was everything else propping up the character that made it so memorable. So I think I'm going to put him in C tier, just above Benny Safdie as Agamemnon. Elliot Page as Sinon. Man, that was pivotal. That was pivotal to Odysseus' arc. I think we're looking in A tier. Yeah, we have to be looking at A tier. If that role was not done well, a lot of the weight behind Odysseus and I forget the character's name, but Robert Pattinson's character, a lot of that weight would be lost. Elliot Page is going to be bottom of A tier, and we're going to move Jon Bernthal down to the top of B tier. James Remar as Tiresias. Oh, the blind prophet.
Do you see?
Again, did fine, not detracting from the movie at all, but Elliot Page is the one that stole that scene overall. So I think James Remar has to go to the bottom of C tier. I almost forgot that character existed, unfortunately. Ryan Hurst as Mentor, again, totally fine, but kind of got lost when put side by side with John Leguizamo's characters so much. So I think, again, C tier. Corey Hawkins as Polyphemus, suitor of Penelope. I mean, I hated this guy. In the way that, like, this character was a nasty villain who I was supposed to hate. So Corey did an incredible job. I need to judge on, like, the villain scale again. I think we have a new bottom of A tier right behind Elliot Page as Sinon, because even more so than Robert Pattinson, I just really wanted to slap this guy. Like, man, he sucked. Mia Goth as the disloyal maidservant. She did good. She did well. I think, again, kind of just lost in the amount of incredible performances that there were. I think we have to go somewhere in the middle of C tier for Mia Goth. Oh, Himesh Patel did really good as, like, the voice of Odysseus' crew, Odysseus' second in command. You really understand why he starts to distrust Odysseus. In fact, towards the very beginning of the film, I'm siding with him over Odysseus in some scenarios, and then starts really not listening when he should to Odysseus. But such a complicated character, done very well, giving that right layer of complexity that's going to catapult you to the top of B tier, right above Jon Bernthal. That will complete all of the performances that on one viewing in the theater stood out to me, and here's where they rank. We had nobody in the D and F category. Everybody's performances in this movie were phenomenal. In other films where the competition internally wasn't so steep, I think any of these performances could have ranked way higher on comparative lists, but this movie was just so excellently told from a storytelling, craft, and character perspective. This is not the normal kind of thing that I talk about on this channel. I'm truly just yapping about a movie that I liked. So we're gonna call this video here. Let me know what you think of the Odyssey down in the comments below. Try watching a video right here. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good week.